Let's go skate! Boom. Oh, that's 10 hours. All right, hey, this guy with the saw. Shh.
Chicken.
Hey. Hey guys, I'm Andy Anderson and I'm here to practice for the Olympics. Trying to make it to this 2020 game. It's gonna be tough and I gotta learn some tricks. I got a lot of stuff I need to do. So, no better place to do it than Vans HB out here. So we got a spot not too far from here, eating whole foods, doing yoga every day. That's the plan. We're gonna stick to it and hold me to that. You know, yoga this morning really woke my body up. I'm trying to just keep it raw, keep it real, and try to learn some tricks that are way out of things I haven't done before, and trying to master some tricks that I have done before, but maybe I couldn't pull out in a contest. So it's gonna be a mixture of like, what? Andy can't do that trick? And it's like, yeah, but I need to practice it. This trick looks like a Christ air, but it's not because I'm grabbing it Japan or mute. Christ air has to have your wrist out. But the reason I'm practicing this trick is so I can learn to throw my board back under my feet if I'm trying to flip it and catch it. So right now I got a couple with the early grab, which is when I'm rolling up the ramp, grabbing it already. But I want to get late grab, so I'm rolling up the ramp and pop it into my hand like that. It's not going to look very pretty, but it's necessary for this learning process. So today I'm hoping to accomplish just finding my routine in the day and trying to start to get the hang of a few of these new tricks that I'm trying, including moving my board, grabbing it and putting it under my feet. So I'm gonna be doing maybe some caveman, some acid drops, some foot plants, just getting comfy, putting the board under my feet. And I'm gonna be practicing like throwing the board into my hand. I feel like trying to add more technical stuff into my skating. And that's really hard to add stuff, you know? You're a beginner, you haven't landed a kickflip, that's gonna be really hard to land your first kickflip. And for me, as a pro skateboarder training for the Olympics, it's that same process I gotta go through to learn my new tricks. It never stops.
Chicken.
And it hurts, and it feels great. Okay, so I was originally thinking of doing 360 varial to mute grab. I had never even tried a 180 varial to mute grab, and it worked. So it makes me think, what's more impressive, a 360 varial mute grab or a varial flip mute grab? And I think the flip is gonna add an extra dimension rather than an extra 180. So this next sequence of me doing attempts is going to be practicing flipping my board into my hand. And that's the most important part. So I just gotta figure out where to put my foot, where to kick it. And for varial flip, like indie or mute, it comes and slaps right into your hand. Dude, it's crazy. I've never done that trick before. And part of the reason why is I've never even thought of it. I've been trying these 360 varial grabs this whole time. And I just need to slow down, get the mute, Christ air kind of thing, get the shove it mute. And it's all because you're here, Nigel. Because you're inspiring me to think outside of my box and really take baby steps instead of jumping into something that you're not going to be able to do without taking the baby steps, you know? And it's
do the baby steps, bro.
So I'm going to skate some vert. But vert's very interesting compared to park and compared to mini ramps and all that stuff. Because with vert, when you're getting air, you just roll out of the top. It's straight up and down. So you just kind of roll out and you come back down perfect. with any smaller ramp, you gotta pop. You gotta really like put pressure into your and jump out. If you're on vert and you try to do that same technique, you're gonna jump out to flat. You're like, it's like, I call it a roofing accident when you fall on vert, because it's at least 10 feet and you're just falling off a roof pretty much, you know, you're chilling, falling off a roof in the air like.
We don't want to see none of that, Andy.
No, I'll try not to do that. But yeah, it's a whole different game, and often the deep end of the bowls in the park contest is similar, so it's good to know how to skate both. So, plus it's brand new, we gotta check it out. Jeff Grosso's vert ramp, pretty sick. Okay, so I came here the other day and I was skating this bowl, and this bowl has been insanely slippery. It's been an ice rink. You ride across the wrong spot, there'd just be patches that are invisible of like slip out death. And this is the first time I've skated it when it is not an ice rink. And what happened? Jeff Grosso and Lance Mountain came here and acid washed the bowl. They got acid and mopped the whole thing, and now it is better than I've ever seen it. So this is perfect timing for practice time. Because when you skate in a slippery park and then you go to a non-slippery park to compete, it's different, because when you're used to a grippy surface and you skate a slippery one, you're always slipping out. But when you're used to a slippery surface, you use the slide to your advantage. You can kind of play with it. You can under-rotate and slide through a lot of stuff that you wouldn't be able to on a grippy bowl. So it's important that the bowls that you're practicing in are similar in slickness, height, everything to what you're going to be skating in your contests. And this bowl is one of 2 in California that is built to Olympic standard, which is general maximum of 9.5 feet. Sometimes they have a 10-foot wall. They just sneak that in there. And yeah, pool coping, hips, sometimes a spine, usually a big mellow wall. People love giant mellow walls.
Back 'em up, Julian!
It's just park skating. It's new, it's fresh. Breathe it in. Yeah, I did it undercover. Hey,
What's up, dude?
you know what I want to talk about?
What?
What I'm gonna do next, which is I tried a couple varial flip mutes and I haven't figured it out yet, but I got that shove it mute really good, and that's definitely the first stepping stone to the varial flip mute. So I'm gonna see how far I can push that pop shove it mute to see how far I can potentially push the varial flip mute once I get it.
Sounds good.
You ready?
I'm ready, bro. Yeah, it just works now.
Oh my god. Oh.
You meant to do that?
Damn.
Yeah, no, back him up, back. I got your back. I got your back.
Dude.
What? Oh,
That was tight. That was tight.
Wait, what even is the trick?
how'd you learn that?
Pop shove,
Thanks for learning
some
that
kind
with
of
your
grab.
rub.
I don't know what the
I
grabs.
want to take the pin. Wait, how do you do it?
Ready?
Here we are at Whole Foods in Huntington Beach. Got our smoothie, salmon, salad, perfect breakfast. Just finished up some yoga. Gonna go back to the place for a little bit, relax, loosen up, and then head out to the skate park, try to learn some new tricks. Let's go skate! What's up? Just pulling up to Vans for the day. Gonna try to work on some more tricks today. Work on the trick I learned yesterday. Make sure I don't lose it, you know? And yeah, it's gonna be good. Start with that warm up and work ourselves into it. What's up? So,
Cracking.
before we skate, before we get into learning some new tricks, we gotta warm up.
10-minute challenge without falling.
10-minute challenge, exactly.
If you fall, that means you slap him on the back.
What? So who is this guy?
This is Julian. He rides for Powell. Teammates, you know? Powell Braille fan. And yesterday, I showed up and he's like, man, I just slammed so hard. And I was like, well, did you warm up? And he's like, no. So we warmed up together. 10 minutes without falling.
The first 30 seconds, I fell.
Yeah.
It's your training buddy, bro.
But then you didn't fall for the rest of the time, so that was awesome.
And that's the very end. You said almost, oh, I pivoted out. I was like,
But that was after 10 minutes,
Yeah.
so you deserved it. That was good. Okay, let's get it. Boom. Oh, that's 10 hours.
10 hours, dude.
don't, you did that yesterday. Don't do that.
Okay, 10 minutes. 10-hour warm-up. So, what do you like warming up like that for?
Cause it's fun, and cause I'm a friend also.
Straight up, dude. Yeah, it's super fun, right?
Yeah,
And we don't bail.
yeah, and you can't bill us. Also, your person has to like lightly slap you.
Or,
You told me that yesterday.
yeah, I slap you on the wrist, you gotta slap my back or face or whatever. But, yeah, like, what I think is really important is like a lot of skaters,
Don't stretch.
they don't stretch, they don't warm up, and they show up at the park, and then,
Then they tear a bone or a ligament.
or even sometimes, not even that bad, they just suck for the first
Yeah,
few few minutes. And then they're like, man, I'm having a terrible day.
Then
I didn't even kickflip. I didn't even land the kickflip down the 5-stair. And you're like, dude.
You didn't warm up.
Yeah, you've been here for 5 minutes, bro.
That's how I feel.
And then like 20 minutes later, they're killing it, and they don't even know what happened. And it's like, straight up. No, a lot of my worst injuries ever have been in the first 5 minutes of a session.
No.
Yeah, like when I tore my worst ankle sprain was like, I was driving for a long time, and then I pulled off to meet this photographer, did a simple run out on tranny. It was just like, pop. The photographer wasn't even there yet.
I like skating with Andy because he's very fun, very influential. Wait, that's the correct word, right?
Almost. Influential.
Influential, sorry. And when I skate, it makes me want to skate better. And he shows me more tricks that is just crazy looking, like the front foot impossible. I didn't land it yesterday, but I tried it, and I almost did.
And you learned a bunch of tricks yesterday, right?
Yeah, like the pop shove mute grab,
Yep.
and then almost the front foot impossible. I think the Olympics is gonna be great, really, and I'm hoping to compete in it someday. I mean, it's crazy, like now, so skateboarding started just with plies of wood. Now it's an Olympic sport. So, yeah.
Okay, 10-minute warm-up is in the bag. We did that already. So now we can start falling, and it's okay. Because our bodies can take it, you know? Yesterday, my goal started out being 360 variant mute grab. So I worked my way up. Little like mute takeaway air, shove it mute. And then the shove it mute just worked really well. So I was like, maybe I'll varial flip mute. Trying to find a flick.
Didn't work out.
Didn't work out as well as I thought, so I'm thinking maybe inward heel flip to mute grab is the way I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna warm up the same way I learned the trick yesterday, and then try to figure out that flick. I was watching some YouTube videos of some random people, I have no idea who they are, doing some inward heel flip mute grabs, and it looks pretty entertaining. But what's really interesting is like with a varial flip mute, you have to like kick out.
And then you have to grab it. It's like.
But with the inward heel flip mute, you kind of like cross your feet and kick back. Yeah, and I don't know why, that just feels more natural for me. But maybe it won't work and I'll go back to whatever, but that's where I'm starting. Yeah! Woohoo! Ah!
Jeez.
So I flicked one that was kind of good, but I didn't know where my feet were. So Nigel moved right here so you can see where my feet are. And filming my progression is gonna help me progress even faster. So I can watch myself and learn from my past self and teach my future self. Okay, this is just my theory based on that last try. Hey, this guy with the saw. Shh. I think I figured something out. So check out my feet. I was trying it like this and kind of like missing. But I'm thinking if I point my foot more forward, when my board comes around, I have more foot to flick it with. So that time, I pointed my foot forward like this, which kind of felt weird. But then when it came around, it was right there. It's like, rah! I got a good kick on it. Now I'm gonna review the footage. If I actually land this today, it's gonna be unbelievable. I'll be so happy.
any trick I can possibly.
Oh, what?
Kickflip indie, possible. Front flip, possible.
And then Andy's working on inward heel mute.
Inward heel mute.
Maybe inward heel mute.
For some reason, it flicks better on this quarter pipe. It works so much better on this quarter.
That was amazing.
Dude, it worked! Now I gotta do 10 in a row.
10 in a row?
Nah, more like 3.
Cool.
Or 10 in general. But I think because the ramp is steeper, my board is steeper and I have more to push against. But on the hip, hey, shh. On the hip, it's like mellower. So I have to like kick in a different place or something? I don't know. Guesses?
Lower foot.
Say something. My foot has to be more on the board. I've just tried so many, I didn't even get close to flipping it, and it's because my toe's a little off. And I already told you a couple minutes ago, I knew the foot positioning, and I just decided to ignore my own advice.
And waste your own time.
Waste my own time.
I just did the run ollie.
Now you gotta do it again.
I know.
What feels comfortable doesn't work. It's not working. I need to make myself uncomfortable to the point that I'm doubting myself so that it works.
So your foot basically has to be like a kickflip
Yeah, kinda.
to do an inward heel.
Kinda. Yeah, it's weird.
Makes sense though. It's tranny.
Yeah, it's different. It's definitely different. Nice! Oh, that's it! Yes! Set up for a kickflip, folks. Okay, three in a row.
Three in a row?
We got this.
Just keep your foot in that kickflip position though. That time it wasn't in it.
It works so good. So you know what? I've learned 2 tricks in 2 days, and that is huge. I'm stoked. I'm super stoked. The first trick, pop, shove, mute grab, I got over a generally contest size hip. That's a hip that's gonna be in a contest. You know, I don't know if I could do it every try, full speed. Second trick, inward heel mute. I got that out of a Euro gap. I still need to get that on the baby hip, then maybe take it to the bigger hip. I need to lock it down. But the progress so far is far beyond what I was expecting. And I'm stoked, because now I at least know what to progress on. You know what I'm saying? Like, step 1, out of the way. Step 2, out of the way. Step 3 through 10, a little more clear.
That's rad.
Like, and I think yesterday I was working on a completely different trick. Completely different. I was working on like 360 shove to mute, and I couldn't even do that. But maybe now, maybe I'll be able to do it. Like, I haven't even tried it today. It's crazy how that happens. Like, with skateboarding in particular, and any art form, like sometimes you're drawing a picture and you start with like some curve and you're like, hey, that looks like something else, and you totally change whatever the picture is going to be if you're willing to go with that flow. Like sometimes you just want to draw the perfect face. You have a photo and you're drawing it and you just keep messing up and you keep throwing it away, and you end up wasting all this paper and all this time. But maybe that face was supposed to be an elephant. That's all I have to say.
That's tight. That was really good.